The movie starts with this mom, Renai, and she's looking at an old photo album with her son, Dalton. It's all cute until Dalton's like, hey, where are Dad's baby pictures? And Renai just says his dad, Josh, was super careless and lost them all. Kind of weird, but okay. So later, Renai is putting some books away, and bam, the whole shelf just crashes down. She immediately yells at her other kids, but you can totally tell it wasn't them. It was some spooky ghost stuff already starting. That night, things get really messed up. The attic door just creaks open all by itself, and Dalton, being a curious kid, goes up to investigate. He climbs the ladder to flick on the light, but he slips and sees something up there that makes him scream like crazy. His parents run in, and he's so scared he just tells them he fell. He's got a little bump on his head, so they think it's no biggie. Later, Renai finds her old music box in the attic, right in the spot where Dalton got freaked out. Super creepy. So the next morning, Josh tries to wake Dalton up, but he won't budge, like at all. They rush him to the hospital, and the doctors hit him with the worst news. Dalton is in a coma. And get this, they have no idea why. All his tests come back totally normal, but the kid is just out. A complete mystery. Okay, so fast forward 3 months. They brought Dalton home, but he's still in the coma, just lying in his bed. One day, Renai hears these really weird voices coming through the baby monitor. They get louder and louder, and then her baby girl just starts wailing. Renai sprints into the room, but of course, nobody's there. Then their other son, Foster, tells his mom he's too scared to sleep in his room anymore. When Renai asks why, he's like, Dalton sleepwalks at night. Renai just blows him off like, honey, that's impossible. Your brother is in a coma. But that night, Foster is wide awake and totally sees something moving around, so he dives under his covers, terrified. So then while Josh and Renai are in their room, someone starts banging on the front door. Josh goes to check it out, but there's no one there. So he locks the door, sets the security alarm, and starts to walk away. But the second he does, the alarm starts screaming. He runs back, and the front door is wide open again. At the exact same time, Renai hears the baby crying. She runs to the baby's room, and bam! She sees this super creepy, long-haired man just standing there next to the crib. Total nightmare. Okay, so she completely loses it and screams for Josh. He runs in, and she's all, there was a man in the baby's room. Josh looks around, but of course there's nobody there. Then he checks the front door, and get this, it's wide open again, even though he literally just locked it and set the alarm. So he locks it again and checks the whole house, but it's empty. So messed up. And Dalton is still just in his coma, no change. The doctors have no answers. Them things get even crazier when Renai finds a bloody handprint right on Dalton's bedsheets. She's horrified and calls Josh, but he's super skeptical and they get into this huge fight. Renai's just like, this house is haunted. All this weird stuff started the second we moved in. She tells him things move by themselves, and then she has this awful nightmare about a demon with a red face standing next to Dalton. She wakes up, sees a shadowy figure outside, and then some creepy dude just walks right into her bedroom. She starts screaming her head off, and Josh runs in. Renai has had it. She's like, I'm done. We have to move out of this cursed house like yesterday. So they actually pack up and move to a new house. Josh's mom, Loren, comes to help them settle in. But surprise, it doesn't work. The creepy stuff just followed them. Renai starts seeing this little ghost boy dancing around the new house, and doors are opening and closing on their own. She sees the ghost kid run and hide in Dalton's room, and she's totally freaked out. It's happening all over again. She tells Josh that the ghost from the old house is here with them now. And this time, Josh's mom totally believes her. Lorraine is like, I had a dream about a demon with a red face. She says in her dream, she asked the demon what it wanted, and it straight up told her, I want Dalton. Then, right as she's telling them this, she looks past Josh and sees the actual red-faced demon standing right behind him. She's so scared she can't even speak. At that exact moment, there's a huge crash from Dalton's room. They all run in there, and the place is a total disaster. Everything is thrown all over the place, and Dalton's body has been tossed out of the bed and onto the floor. It's a total mess, and Renai is just beside herself. So Lorraine is like, okay, that's it. And she calls in this ghost expert, this older woman named Elise. Elise shows up with her 2 nerdy assistants and goes right into Dalton's room. She immediately feels the evil thing in there and basically spills the beans on the whole situation. She sits Josh and Renai down and tells them Dalton isn't really in a coma. He has this super rare ability to astral project, meaning his spirit can leave his body and wander around. But he's wandered too far, and now he's lost in this dark, spooky ghost dimension called the Further.
So moving was pointless because the house wasn't haunted. Their son is. And all these ghosts, especially that main red-faced demon, are trying to steal Dalton's empty body so they can live again.
So the demon's whole plan is to basically hijack Dalton's body, because apparently possessing a living person is a big deal in the ghost world, and they've been trying for a long time. So Josh goes to Dalton's bed and is like, dude, if you can hear me, give me a sign. And right then, one of Dalton's drawings flutters to the floor. Josh picks it up, and it's a super creepy drawing of the red-faced demon. So Josh is finally like, okay, Elise was right. Then Elise and her crew do the seance thing and actually manage to talk to Dalton. He tells them he's hiding from a scary man with fire all over his face, but he's terrified to talk because he thinks the demon will hear them. And he was right. He's like, oh no, it hurt us. And bam, the room just explodes with ghost chaos. Dalton's actual body sits up and starts chucking everyone across the room with some crazy ghost power. Furniture is flying, other demons start popping up. It's a total disaster. One demon grabs Renee and Josh rushes in to save her but gets thrown like a rag doll. Then suddenly everything just stops. Dalton's body slumps back onto the bed, back in a coma. They check the video they were recording and you can see the demon was standing right behind Dalton, making him do all that stuff. Like a puppet master. This is when Josh's mom drops a huge bomb. She tells him that when he was a little kid, like 8 years old, he had the exact same problem. He was always terrified of a creepy old lady ghost that only he could see. She pulls out these old photos and get this. The old lady is standing right next to little Josh in every picture. So spooky. Lorraine spills the beans that she hired Elise way back then to help him. Elise basically made him forget everything so the ghost would leave him alone. That's why he has no childhood photos. It's all connected. So Elise is like, Josh, you're the only one who can save him. You have to go into the further to find Dalton. But she gives him a huge warning. You have to keep it a secret that you're alive, or the spirits will try to trap you there and steal your body. So Josh does it. He goes into this crazy dark ghost world. He sees Dalton, who's been chained up by the red-faced demon. Josh breaks the chains, and they make a run for it. But the demon sees them and starts chasing them. They're surrounded by all these creepy ghosts and are trying to get back. Back in the real world, Rennie is yelling for Josh to come back. He manages to push Dalton's spirit back into the house. Dalton runs like crazy, finds his body, and wakes up. At the same time, Josh is facing down that old lady ghost from his childhood. He screams at her that he's not afraid anymore. Then Josh wakes up too. Everyone is so happy. Dalton's awake, Josh is back, they hug, it looks like they won. But then...